Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Everyday I'm Mothering. As you know, we homeschool and I have a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 20-month-old. And so part of our homeschool goal is to always include games and activities. And a lot of the times we do like family games, but I also like having some activities they can do on their own. And most of the time, these games have some type of educational component, whether that's math, language arts, social skills, creativity, even fine motor skills. I want to take an opportunity just to share with you all some of our favorite games that you may want to incorporate, whether you homeschool or you just want to have some more games you can do with your kids or something to occupy them while they're at home, necessarily something like technology based. Just some of our favorites, and you may see something you like, and I'll have links to everything down below so you can check those out. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can be notified about all of our upcoming videos. I'll be talking about all of our curriculum, more activities for kids and our routine, healthy meal ideas, everything like that. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe, but let's jump into activity. So first I want to talk about the games that are geared more towards my 4-year-old, and these are still going to be like family type games that we would play with her. Things that are more appropriate for her age. My 6-year-old still enjoy them, but primarily they're for Adeline. Now she'll play some of the older games with us, but she doesn't necessarily fully grasp them, but these are ideal for her age. The first game is this Caring Cats game. And this brand in general is just so cute. We have a couple that I'll talk about of these. But what I really like about these type of games, first of all, is they can be played in cooperative mode. So if your kids are like mine at this age right now, it's all about, who won or we didn't win or that's not fair, and we have sore winners, sore losers. And while we're trying to teach, not to be like that, at this age, I really do like when games offer this cooperative mode so that they're working together. So I do enjoy that. And in this Caring Cats game, it's really about showing kindness in ways that you can be kind to people and show kindness using different skill sets. I love that, just developing those social skill aspects and always teaching, kindness, empathy, compassion. So this is just the cutest little game. Next game is from that Chalk and Chuckles brand again, and it's Tidy Up. And this game is super cute. Again, it has that cooperative mode, but it's all about, cleaning up, putting things back where they go, and just kind of teaching that responsibility in a cute little game. And the last game that's specifically for the younger group is this Sneaky Squirrel game. And actually, my 20-month-old plays this too. And what I really like about this game is that teaching colors and counting for your younger ones, but it uses this cute little, see if you can focus on there, this cute little thing right here, like a little squirrel picker-upper to pick up the acorns. And it's really good for their fine motor skills to be able to squeeze that together and pick up the acorn. Basically, this is what one of the little acorns looks like. If that'll focus in there. So that's what one of the little acorns looks like. And they just have to pick it up out of the board game. Oh, so they just have to pick it up out of the board game. And then they have these little things that they have to stick it down in with the colors. So it's really good. Look, see, I'm even having trouble now trying to do this on camera. Let's see. Nope. There we go. So it's really good for them to be able to learn how to use this, hold them and put them down in. So I really like this, especially for that younger age group, like toddlers up to 4, but obviously it's kind of a small part, so watch them. But it's a really cute game and we enjoy playing this one. It says ages 3 to plus. Like I said, it has those little small parts, so obviously be aware and watch. But my 20-month-old is really loving using that little clicker and learning to pick those up. So this next set of games are ones that we like to play together as a family, and they're really appropriate for all the age ranges. While those were really geared more towards the younger side, this is kind of a nice balance in the middle if you have young elementary or preschool, kindergarten age children. The first one is these Create a Story cards. And I really like this from a creativity standpoint and working together. They basically pick these little cards and they have to tell a story, and it builds. So everyone has a card and your story builds off what the other person is saying, and you use your card and you have to include that in the story. And we've had a lot of fun with this as a family, and we've had some crazy stories developed, but it's so much fun just watching everybody work together and see what the kids can come up with. Their creativity just always surprises me, and they really enjoy doing this one. This one's nice too because they can actually even do it by themselves. I have my girls just like completely by themselves alone, one person playing this because they still have fun doing the story, but even together without an adult, because a lot of these, you know, I do feel like the adults need to be there to play with them. So this is nice as like a standalone game at this age that they can do with each other. Then one of the favorite card games in the family is Sleeping Queens. And this is one of our favorites. The girls really like this. And what is really nice about this and some of the other games as well is that they have various levels in them. So right now when we play it with my youngest or with my 4-year-old as well, we don't necessarily do the math component with the adding points up, but that's something that you can add in as they get a little older. So I like that some of these games can grow with you. But this one's just really fun, like using powers. You're waking up the sleeping queens. You can have spells. You can block each other with dragons at night. And you can also add in the math aspect for, you know, addition and learning that as well. Another fun game we like is Chomp. And this one was funny. It can get quite like rowdy too, but you know, the kids love it because you're actually getting to like smack down on it. So that can get a little crazy sometimes, especially probably if you have really rowdy kids. It might get a little out of control, so you might have to put some parameters around that. But we have fun with this. Even when their grandparents come to town, you know, we love to play this with them. But this is really learning about the food chain. It's a really just a fun game where you have to slap down about animals, which eat which animal, and there's some rules around it. So it's just a really fun game that the girls enjoy. One of our favorite board games is Outfoxed. And you've seen this before if you saw, I believe it was our nighttime routine maybe, or our Christmas Eve video. One of those, we were playing this game because like I said before, we love the cooperative ones, and this has the ability to be cooperative and deductive reasoning skills and memory as well. But it's kind of like if you ever played that Guess Who game, it's similar to that in a way. So you have like your guilty party and you're getting clues about what the suspect is wearing or not wearing, and you have to remember those clues until you're finally ready to guess or reveal who the suspect is. And we've just had so much fun with this. It's a really cute game. You can see the back of it with the little board. So I really recommend this one. The board game our family really likes is Enchanted Forest. It's basically like a large memory game. Finding tokens, you have to remember where they are at certain places on the board. So they're really going to be using their memory skills here, as well as planning it out, like their route, doing a little bit of strategy, using counting and numbers. So this is just a really fun game, and especially with it being the Enchanted Tales, my girls love this. They love seeing pieces of the fairy tales that they enjoy in the game. Move more towards the middle upper elementary range. Games that my 6-year-old likes. She's been playing most of these for about a year. A lot of these she's still not necessarily fully grasping them, so they're definitely going to continue to be useful for the next couple of years as well. The first one isn't really a game per se, but it is these apple letters. You can see it comes like in this cute little apple container, but it's just tiles with letters, kind of like Scrabble tiles. And she likes just to play with these, make different words, and you can come up with different games for this. It's just a really neat little learning tool, especially as they're learning to spell. And even my younger daughter likes these for learning her letters right now and just becoming familiar with them. So I really like this as a little learning tool activity. Then another card game is this set, and we really enjoy this as a family, and it's actually really fun for adults. Like some of these, you know, you play with your kids, you're like, oh yeah, it's fun, but you know, it's a kid's game. This one is actually really cute and really challenging, and it has all different kinds of levels. So we haven't even played it with the highest level or the hardest level yet with our girls, but my youngest daughter likes to play it too. But I will say that it gets a little too fast-paced for her, and she can get a little confused. But we have a lot of fun playing this with my 6-year-old, and we'll be playing this for years to come. But it's basically patterns and identifying, you know, color, shape, numbers, shadings, and being able to put them all together really quickly and identifying, you know, patterns in these. And that can get really complicated pretty quickly. So this is a really fun card game. The card game we enjoy is this Creature Clash. Now this is one that my youngest daughter, again my 4-year-old, will play with us, but when she plays it, we simplify it a little bit. But in this one, you're basically trying to build a creature that can attack and win against other creatures. And that's all about adding up your numbers to get the highest ranking creature. So again, it's math skills, it's planning out as well as strategy. And the girls have a lot of fun putting the creatures together, coming up with the different names that they have for them and reading the descriptions and getting to attack each other with their new animals. So they really enjoy this one. Show an example of what this would look like. So you get like a front, a middle, and a back, and you put your creatures together. Let me see if you can see that here. There you go. So you can see like you get the names of the animals and you get like the points that they are and add those together. Your creature that you attack with. Really good for creativity and math skill. For spelling, we like this Spedigator. I guess that's how you say it. So it's like an alligator chomp, but it's all about spelling your words. So you're doing your letter formations, positionings, learning your phonics, and it's a really cute game for that. You can see on the back. Going along with spelling and words, we have this Zingo for sight words. Now, I will say that I should probably have moved this into the younger category. It says it's for pre-K through 1st grade, but my 6-year-old is pretty much, I mean, this is too easy for her at this point, but she still enjoys playing it. And really my younger daughter, she's kind of getting to see the words now. So I would say it's probably more appropriate for 4 to 5-year-olds. But it, you know, they like using this little container here. It shoots out the words and you're playing bingos. You're having to call out, recognize your words quickly and be able to say them first and get your token. So we like playing this again, like when the grandparents are here. It's a fun game that the girls enjoy and they're getting to learn sight words and reading quickly and sounds. One of our favorite family games, and again, you've seen this in one of our videos that we've done of our family routines, is this Cubits Junior. And out of all the games that I've talked about, this is probably one of my top favorites. And we really enjoy playing this. It's all about patterns and spatial recognition and being able to quickly recreate patterns and put them together. And that's actually something that my oldest daughter struggles with a little bit in math when we do homeschool. I was really excited to see this game and be able to start working on that. But you can see like on the back here, it comes with 4 different sets. So 4 people can play. You are trying to match the patterns that are on the card, and you have dice with different sets of patterns on them that you're trying to put together, and you're having to do it quickly and roll them. So it's a lot of fun, but it's building on that visual intelligence, your STEM skills, spatial reasoning, visual learning. So there's a lot of good stuff in here, and it's really fun, and Craig and I really enjoyed it too and playing with them. I mean, they beat us at it, so it is quite challenging. But it's the junior one. I really enjoy it for our girls and their ages. And another game that we have gotten, and again, this is really more towards the older kids, is this Animal Logic. And what this is, if you remember those thinking challenge puzzles, what was it? Like the cow and, I don't know, was it a wolf or sheep or something like that, where they had to get on the raft and like cross the river, but one would eat something so they couldn't be with those. And you had to like figure out how you would get them all across safely. It's similar to that type of thing. So it's a really neat logic. And what you're doing is you have all these animals and a game board, and you have to get them safely off the game board. And there are rules you have to follow as far as what type of animal and what color. That's the board there with the animals. But it comes with the way that you have to set them up. So there are a ton of these. So you set it up this way, and then you have to figure out how to get them off the page. So there are just, I mean, I don't even know how many, 60 maybe? Looks like maybe there are 60 of them. But I mean, of course, you could always go back and redo them as well. But I've had a lot of fun doing this just with Elena. We'll do this as part of like our finishing up our homeschool and sitting there, and we'll put one together and we'll really think it through. Several of them, you know, it's taken us a couple tries to get them, and it's really neat seeing her think through it and talk through the logic and think about the next step and what impact that step's going to have on the next move that she's going to make. So I really enjoy this from a logic and reasoning standpoint for this game. Last actual like board game style game I'm going to talk about is this Santorini. And this is definitely for older kids. Cheryl kind of gets it, but we still have to really help her with this one. This is a really fun game that Craig and I even enjoy. And it's one of those ones like me and him just want to play by ourselves when the girls go to bed. But it's almost, but the way that you have to build these cities in the game, and there are different steps you have to think about and how you can get to the different levels to conquer the buildings once you build them. You're really having to use a lot of skills similar to chess, where you're thinking ahead what your opponent's next step's going to be and how you're going to beat that. It has so many layers. We haven't even tackled yet of getting to the gods and their skills and how that's going to come into play. Like, we're still on the very, very basic level. But especially this year, we've been talking about world history this year, and part of that has been mythology and different religions. So she was really excited to get this one and see how it's got Greek mythology built into it. But it is a very, very neat game. There are so many different layers to it and skills. And it actually says ages 8+. So that's probably when they'll actually start being able to really dive into all of it. But she has enjoyed it even at her age as well on like a simple level with us helping her out. But this is a really, really nice game. On from games to more just a little bit of activities. Well, this one I guess is still kind of a game, but it is this yoga spinner. I really like activities that get my girls up and moving as well, and they have really enjoyed yoga. We have found such neat like yoga books, yoga videos on YouTube, so they were really into this. And when we saw this game and these cute little yoga mats, I knew this would be a hit. But basically, you know, it's a spinner, as you can see. So they take turns spinning it, and there's different colors. Those colors correspond with these cards that they lay out. And it's basically, and when they land on it, you know, they have to do this. And so it's little like positions that they do. And some of them are cooperative, so it's like team poses. And it's just really neat idea. It gets them up, it gets them moving. It's still a game, and it's fun. And I mean, just how cute is this? And there's 54 yoga pose cards. Activity that my daughters really like, especially my 4-year-old, is this jewelry making kit. And what I like about this is it's not just a one-time deal. I mean, she goes back and she plays with this over and over again. But you can make all kinds of jewelry, whether it's rings, bracelets, necklaces, whatnot. But you can use the little parts that come with it. And they have, well, here's one that she's made that she keeps in here. But it's these little beads, and they just pop together. You can see there. And there are all these different kinds. And it's really nice, you know, again, from like a fine motor skill of being able to pop all this together, but also just creativity. I mean, she loves making these, and she'll just make them over and over again. Like, she'll make little rings, and it's so cute. And my 6-year-old enjoys doing it as well, but my 4-year-old is really into jewelry and arts and crafts. So this was just right up her alley. It's so, so cute. But again, it is little pieces, so I don't have this out with my toddler, but for the older girls, really enjoy this. And speaking of my toddler, so an activity that she has really been enjoying is this little game right here. It's not really a game, but an activity. And what this is, inside it, there are all these different images. So take this one. So it's like an umbrella, and it has all these different colors. Inside the box, there are all these little like pegs. I mean, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big. I mean, they're not choking hazards. They're for, you know, kids, obviously. But the way, this made a mess. The way you use this is you put this on top of the board, whichever design they're going to use, and then you know, they have to match the color. So it's color recognition, which my 20-month-old isn't really there yet. So she just kind of puts them everywhere, but she's starting to pick up on it. But so of course I picked green, and there's no green on this, but say blue. But what's also nice is that they are learning how to put them in the hole and then also push them in so that they click in. And she absolutely loves this. And my older girls like doing it with her too, to like teach her the colors and the patterns. But it is just the neatest little thing, and she loves actually sitting there and she punches them all in. And then, I mean, to pull them back out, I mean, it's not super easy. So, you know, they're really developing those skills and doing that. I don't know if you can actually see when they're in there what it looks like. But there are all different types of patterns here. And she especially likes the ones that use these eyes. These crack her up. She loves them. So this is a really neat activity for your younger kids. Last thing I'm going to talk about isn't really a family game. Definitely more on the homeschool educational side, but I feel like a lot of kids would probably enjoy this. And it is this squishy head-to-toe science kit here. And we've been studying the human body this year, so it's went right along with what we've been talking about. But my girls love this thing. They think it is so neat. So there's two different components. You have your skull, where you basically are building the components of the brain, and then you have the human body. And it's a lot like, if you remember Operation, it's like Operation Come to Life in here. So here you can see the body that comes with it, and the whole body comes open. I don't necessarily want to get it all out right now, but all of these organs come out. All the organs, all the bones, and you have to pull them out in a certain order, and it comes with a diagram so they can see, you know, what is the stomach, what's the liver, what are the lungs, and they can pull them out and then compare them to the chart. So here you can see like what all the pieces are. And my girls loved doing this, like stretching out all the intestines. Then you have the skull part that you make, and you can see inside here, it's like all the parts of the brain. So this is really neat if you're studying the human body, or you've just got kids who are interested in science. I mean, this is really neat, and it glows in the dark, so they like taking it apart, putting it together, and going in the bathroom with the lights off and making it glow. And it's just such a neat little activity that they're really learning while they're doing it. The main games that we like to do as a family and as part of homeschool, and it really gets the girls learning and developing a lot of different skill sets, but they are fun games. So hopefully you saw something that your kids might like, and again, the links are all down below so you can quickly click and find them all. But let me know in the comments which ones you want to try, or if you have some of these, or if you have some I haven't mentioned that I need to try, let me know. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll talk about our homeschool curriculum as well as some more activities for your kids as well. Bye everyone!